As you guys can see up on the screen today, I wanted to talk a little bit about Progenity Incorporated. This is better known as Prog, ticker symbol PROG, a stock that has had a very, very massive following on social media. We're talking Reddit, Twitter, YouTube, all over the place for the past couple of months, and this thing's been absolutely insane. I mean, when you zoom out a little bit and take a look at these graphs, I mean, this thing has been everywhere from $4 to 67 cents to $5 again, and then back down to $1.97 where we were at. I mean, this thing is just a poster child for volatility, and volatility can be good. I mean, you can make money both ways. You know, that's not something you can do with a lot of different stocks, but also, you know, volatility is scary, risky, and not something that everyone is prepared for, ready for, or able to easily stomach. So since this thing has been so crazy, since it's been, so popular, such a hot topic, everyone has been talking about it. Everyone has an opinion about it. But today, Prog got some very, very big news. I mean, this thing was down pretty big today. I mean, from the $1.99 close yesterday, but even from a $1.97 open today, this thing was down, 8%, 7-8% intraday trading before it just took off and, went, up 11 or 12% in the matter of an hour and a half? So what is going on? What caused this massive turnaround for Prog? What was looking like just another horrible, awful day for the stock, for this company, got turned around, and that's what we're going to be talking about in this video today. Also going over, some things that some people in the community are saying about Progenity right now. So definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy this video. I would appreciate that so much, and subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. But with that being said, let's get right into this one. So over on the Progenity Prog subreddit, I think this is the biggest Prog subreddit that at least I was able to find. 9,500 members. There are a couple of posts, talking about what's going on with Prog, giving some updates of what people in the Prog community are actually talking about and thinking about. Obviously, this is where a lot of those investors go to give their opinions. And somebody said, make this make sense. The company has announced patents. We all damn well know there are going to be partnerships with established big pharma companies, and Prog has technology innovations that can change this industry for the better. So why is leadership in this company letting the stock price be driven into the ground? Why is there no communication with investors? A lot of us are just sitting here bag holding out in the wilderness while, whatever the fuck goes on. I'm not going to sell or anything. I still believe this, in what the company is doing, but my God, it's insanely frustrating to watch the stock price go down for absolutely no reason at all. As the title states, make this make sense. What is management leadership doing to ensure its investors don't get screwed? Now, this is really, really interesting to me because obviously with all the different companies out there in the world, there's a couple of different, kind of management or leadership techniques and strategies with stocks. Some leadership and management is very, very stock price focused, being very, very active and engaging with shareholders and with investors and with social medias and all over the place, hyping up their stock, hyping up announcements, hyping up not only what they're doing right now, why it's so great, but what they have planned for the future. Some companies and businesses don't care about that at all and are just focused on making their numbers better, making more profit, generating more revenue, working on stuff behind the scenes. They let their results speak for themselves. And then there's, every company that's somewhere in between those two extremes. And people seem a little bit concerned with what's going on with Prog right now, that there is not as much communication between, the leadership and shareholders and the community, which, especially with a, social media darling like this, you're going to assume that a lot of people want this company to be more so on one side than the other, more so on the side of being transparent, being hype, interacting with people, because these are people that use social media a lot. The social media has garnered a lot of attention for the stock and has been a big part of why it's been able to run up from those lows of 67 cents up to, even where we're at today, $1.97 or whatever, is, triple where we were at a couple of months ago. So some people do seem a little bit disappointed there, but again, they are still saying that, they do think big things are on the way for this company. They had another very, very big, good post by this guy, Dalo Va75, talking about a Progenity note. He's saying he has a guy that has 23 years of investment experience, talking about a lot of different things. And I did think this was kind of cool how he gave what he sees as the pros and cons of Progenity at this point. He says that they have tremendous potential that could transform important areas in healthcare, but for now, it is only potential. So we cannot be shocked when the stock is as volatile as it is. And that's something I think is very, very important right now. Everyone's saying like, oh, it's so clear Prog is going to do this. Oh, they're making so many announcements. There's so many catalysts. Why is the stock price not going up? Clearly they're doing stuff in the right direction. It's like, hey, slow down. A lot of investors and the market in general wants to see the results. They want to see, what your financials look like after you've cut a bunch of costs, after you've started making a bunch of money. Yes, there is some incentive to speculating a little bit, and you want to be forward looking, but Prog is, still a company that's in overall a pretty rough spot. And like this guy says, it does have a lot of tremendous potential, but potential is only what you make of it. So I get being excited about the potential and stuff, but you do kind of want to wait for some things to come to fruition, at least in my opinion. He does say that another positive, they've dramatically slashed the monthly burn rate, which again, I think is awesome. This is something that I have covered in videos previously. Being able to cut those costs, being able to, limit the money that they're losing right now is going to be huge. We should receive several important data points that will give us a better picture and understanding of potential in the coming months. And again, that's also good. Having catalysts, having announcements in the future is great, but we don't know what these announcements are going to be. We don't know how good they're going to be. So there's definitely, some risk and everything involved there. They did say that hopefully we find out for certain which companies Progenity has other partnerships with and what are the terms. I don't know how that's a positive, but he does say that. And then Aetherium owns a majority stake and is on the board of directors. They will look out for themselves and the company, but as shareholders, we benefit from that. They're not shorting the stock, so that is a great sign. Then as far as the negatives, obviously you need to be realistic, cover the positives and the negatives for stocks like this. Again, this is just all this one guy's opinions, but I think he does a good job kind of summarizing both sides and actually being pretty neutral in this case, even though he is a bull for Progenity for sure. I just think it's something a lot of the Prog stock community could take note of, because there's not a lot of neutral people in this community. There's a lot of people who, if you say anything bad, you're a paid shill, you're an idiot, you have no idea what you're talking about. Obviously, so this is good. The only thing the company has been consistent with is dilution or talking about dilution. Obviously, massive negative. Terrible timing with the private placement when the stock was at a 52-week low. Probably killed the huge rally in November by announcing the at the money, not implying it was intentional, just poorly timed. However, I think that was announced when they did not need funding, hoping the response would be muted. I also feel it was in preparation for the next rally. He says that I currently feel the next rally, whenever that may be, will be sold because so many people feel the company will kill that rally with more dilution. I think that's a very, very fair point. Tepid release of news regarding new patents. They could hype them up a bit. They are important. Again, just like the previous post was talking about, leadership management could do more to get people excited about what they're doing in the future, to hype people up if what they're doing really is so great. And then Progenity's actions lead one to believe they do not actually care about the minority shareholders. I have a hard time believing that, but actions paint a picture. Again, harping back to that point that we were talking about in the last post, that some people are worried about just how much the Progenity leadership actually cares about the shareholders, their stock price. And yes, in the long term, a lot of this won't matter. We'll see how this play out. If they have a growing business model, if they start making money, if they start doing a lot of good things, it won't really matter. But again, in the short term, which a lot of Prog shareholders at this point are short-term traders, short-term holders, they want to see more hype and more excitement, and I totally get that as well. But the big news coming out today that actually got this stock jumping, that got people getting excited, was a leak that came out. This guy, True Demon, actually tweeted out, "Good afternoon, Prog Army. I have an update forthcoming to my YouTube channel with new information on an accidental disclosed piece of information on Progenity, and it would appear that Prog is moving based on this information." And again, we have that information here. This is a patent set to be issued January 18th of 2022. Patent number, whatever, which is for an ingestible device and associated methods. And obviously some people were talking about this on the subreddit. People are saying, people saying something was leaked. Anyone have any info? And this guy says Prog basically got a patent for their pill delivery system, which can record live readings of your blood when ingested into your body and upload to your smartphone in real time. Obviously, sounds like some very, very crazy, game-changing technology, and something that people expect will be able to make Progenity a lot of money. Obviously, it's still got a long way to go, in terms of passing tests and regulations and all this, clinical trials, and actually getting to market. But this could be obviously getting the patent and showing that this technology, even they're capable of it, is a very, very massive first step. This guy does say this patent is basically what Elizabeth Holmes Theranos claimed it had but didn't. This invention of Prog's is a multi-billion-dollar cash cow Theranos investors thought they'd invested in. And if that is true, then, Prog stock is going to be going absolutely insane. Now, again, this is what was leaked out. We saw a pretty big jump. We saw this thing, again, going up 10, 11, 12% from its intraday lows. But if it is really this, true billion-dollar cash cow, as everyone's saying, then we would be seeing and should be seeing in the next coming weeks and months some much bigger jumps than this. Because again, this company is sitting at a $300 million market cap as we speak. So if this is multi-billions that are coming in, then this market cap and the stock price is going to go absolutely insane. But in what has been a couple rough weeks, couple rough months, again, we're down 37% of the month, 44% in the last 6 months, couple weeks and months for Progenity, finally getting some new big news today, even though it's leaked, even though it's not set to be issued until, January 2022, couple weeks away still. I think this is a great sign and something for investors to get excited about. Maybe this could be the turnaround for Prog stock. Maybe we could be at like a local bottom right now. I'm not saying that for sure, but I'm just saying it could be possible, and that's what people are going to be speculating. So these next couple of weeks and come January 18, 2022, it's going to be very, very interesting to see how this all goes. So definitely drop a like if you guys did enjoy this video. I would appreciate it so much. Leave a comment down below letting me know what you think about PROG. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, save today, and all my latest content. Hope to catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.